Hello and welcome to your practice today. Today's practice, we will start standing at the top of our mat in a mountain pose, and then we'll end in a seated position for a little bit of mindfulness. So no Shavasana for this one. This practice really is great to help energize you. So think about this as being just more of a fun, free-flowing practice as well, trying not to overthink things or being too rigid. In terms of props, I have no props for this class. However, if you know you'd like to practice with maybe a couple of blocks, feel free to grab those. Otherwise, let's get started at the top of our mat. So let's get started in a mountain pose here, standing about hips distance apart. And I'll take a moment to stand nice and tall, actively reaching down through your fingertips. Think about releasing any tension here as you make your way in your mountain pose. Perhaps relaxing your jaw, relaxing your shoulders. Perhaps even softening through the belly a little bit. Feel free to close your eyes just briefly and start to feel that energy, that ebb and flow circulating throughout your body. Still actively reaching down through the fingertips. Feel your feet make connection to the mat, spreading your toes. Notice how you're standing. Notice if maybe the weight is more into the balls of the feet or into the heels. Find that nice balance here, and the spine is extending up towards the sky, up to the crown of the head. Just taking some time to reconnect to your body, to your mat. Feel free to open up your eyes, bring hands to heart center. On your next inhale, reach your arms out to a T. Exhale, bring hands to heart center. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, soften your knees, hinge from the hips. Take a nice forward fold here, generously bending through the knees here. Checking in with how your hamstrings feel down the back of the legs. Maybe even gently sway side to side here through the hips. You can alternate bending one knee and then bending the other knee. Come back to some stillness here. We'll take an inhale for a halfway lift. Think about the torso being parallel to your mat. Spine is nice and long. Gaze is down towards your mat. And an exhale to soften your knees and forward fold. Inhale, sweep your arms up overhead for extended mountain, maybe a little back bend here. And exhale, bring hands to heart center. So let's do that just a few more times, just to kind of warm up the spine here. So your next inhale, reach your arms out to a T. Exhale, bring hands to heart center. Inhale, reach up, get nice and tall. Exhale, soften your knees, forward fold. Inhale to that halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Inhale, sweep your arms up overhead for extended mountain. Exhale, just release your right hand down by your side. Inhale, reach up through your left arm, get a little taller. Exhale, take a nice side bend to the right. And just side bending to any amount till you feel that stretch down the left side of the body. Your next exhale, this left hand is gonna sweep down towards your mat, and then take an inhale, sweep both arms up overhead for extended mountain. Exhale, softening your knees, forward fold. Take an inhale for a halfway lift whenever you're ready. Exhale to fold. Inhale, sweep your arms up overhead for that extended mountain. And exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, reach your arms out to a T. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, left hand down. Inhale, reach that right arm up towards the sky. And exhale, side bending to the left. And again, just stopping to where you feel that nice stretch down the right side of the body. No need to go super deep here. Your next exhale, this right hand is going to circle down towards your mat. And inhale, reach both arms up overhead. Again, maybe a little back bend. Exhale, softening your knees, forward fold. Inhale to a halfway lift. And exhale to fold. Plant your hands, step just your right foot back, lower your right knee. Take an inhale, reach your arms up overhead in low lunge. Exhale, hands to heart center. Take a moment to stay here, really activating through the thighs as well. So think about dragging the left heel back towards the right knee and the right heel up towards, the right knee up towards that left heel here. So find that engagement around the thighs. Right toes can stay tucked here. Take another inhale, reach up. And exhale, plant your hands, lift your right knee, step forward to the top of your mat. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, find that flat back, that length in the spine. Exhale to fold. Inhale, sweep your arms up overhead for extended mountain. Exhale, softening your knees a little bit, find that chair pose, sending your hips down and back. Take a few deep breaths here. Notice where your stance is in your feet. So notice that weight again into your feet. If you're noticing more into the soles of the feet, perhaps you send the weight back more towards the heels. Maybe your next exhale, you sink down just a little bit more. Take a deep inhale here. Your next exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Plant your hands, step just your left foot back, lower that left knee, take an inhale, sweep your arms up overhead for that low lunge. And exhale, hands to heart center. Find that stance here in your low lunge. So right foot strong down towards your mat, left toes is gonna stay tucked. Find that engagement, that hugging around the hips here. Take a deep inhale and release the exhale. And so nothing particular to the breath, just breathing in and out through the nose. So your next inhale, start to reach up for the sky. Exhale, plant your hands, lift your left knee, step your left foot forward and exhale to a forward fold. So meeting in a forward fold here, take your time. Go at your own pace. Your next inhale, come to a halfway lift. Exhale to fold. We're going to plant the hands, step back to a plank position. Feel free to lower your knees here, but we'll take an exhale to come all the way down. And then inhale for baby cobra, lifting the heart. Exhale to release. Let's do that one more time. Inhale, lifting the heart, pushing down into the hands. Exhale to release down. Inhale, push up into the hands, tabletop. Exhale, child's pose, just for a few breaths. Arms can stay extended up towards the top of your mat, or plant one hand on top of the other, rest your forehead down. And just staying for a few breaths here. Just taking time to notice where your breath lands in your body in this shape. Inhale, come back to tabletop. Tuck your toes, take an exhale for downward facing dog. So here in downward dog, you might need to adjust the stance of your hands or even your feet. And since this might be your first downward dog of the day, maybe you take a few pedaling strolls here through the feet, alternating the weight into the heels here. Let your head be heavy. Just kind of shake out some tension if you feel any tension through the back of the neck. Again, no need to be forceful here, but if there is any tension that you feel there, gently shake out the head. If you're making movement there in the feet, go ahead and find some stillness. We'll take an inhale, flip the left leg up towards the sky, three-legged dog. Exhale, step the left foot through in between the hands. Inhale, sweep your arms up overhead for a crescent lunge. We welcome the wobbles here, so it's okay if you feel a little bit wobbly here. So take your time in crescent lunge. Feel free to bring hands to heart center as you set up your legs here. So find that nice buoyancy through the legs rather than just laying into the joints. Really feel that strength down into the legs. And when you find that stability here, inhale, reach your arms up towards the sky. And exhale, bring your arms down by your sides. You're going to tilt your torso forward. Think about reaching that heart forward, actively reaching the fingertips back towards perhaps the back wall that you might be in. Reaching back. And then it's an inhale, reaching the arms up overhead. Exhale, cactus the arms. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, cactus the arms. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, tilt forward, arms come back. This is called arrowhead pose. You might have heard of it be called that. Find that stability still down through the feet as you inhale, push yourself up. Exhale, cactus the elbows again. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, plant the hands, step your left foot back for downward facing dog. Again, if any movement was helpful here in downward dog, take some movement here. Anything that feels good in your body. Feel free to explore, have fun with this. Take a few deep breaths. If you feel like you would maybe even need to take an open mouth exhale, sigh it out. All right, let's find some stillness here in down dog. Inhale, float your right leg up, three-legged dog. Exhale, step your right foot forward. Inhale, that crescent lunge. So again, just finding that stability here. There's no rush. If you even feel like you need to bring hands to your hips, while you find that stability down through the feet, down to the legs. I'm going to bring hands to heart center here so I can settle into my crescent lunge here. So right foot strong down towards the mat. Left heel is peeled up. And then whenever you're ready, inhale, reach your arms up overhead. Exhale, cactus the arms. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, cactus the arms. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, that arrowhead pose. Arms come down by your sides. Torso is going to tilt forward here and maybe even just slightly resting your torso on that right thigh. Again, still actively reaching the fingertips behind you. Keep stamping down through that right foot. Inhale, reach your arms up overhead for that crescent lunge. Exhale, arrowhead pose. Inhale, reach up. And exhale, arrowhead pose. Last time, inhale, reach up. Exhale, cactus the arms. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, plant the hands, step your right foot back, downward facing dog. If you feel like you need to take a vinyasa, go ahead and take a vinyasa. Otherwise, we'll meet in downward facing dog. And again, any movement here, maybe you continue to pedal out through the feet, especially if that feels nice. Feel free to do that. Gaze can be in between the feet, really pushing down into the palms of the hands so you can draw your tailbone up towards the sky. Find that length in the spine. Take a few more breaths here. And then we'll find some stillness here in down dog. On your next inhale, come forward to a plank. Feel free to lower those knees. Exhale, come all the way down. Inhale for your cobra pose, lifting the heart, maybe even a little bit more of a back bend than baby cobra. Totally up to you. Exhale to come all the way down. Inhale again, pushing down into the hands, lifting your heart, finding that back bend. Exhale to come all the way down. Inhale, tabletop, tuck your toes. Take an exhale for downward facing dog. No rush here. Whenever you arrive in down dog, take a moment just for a few breaths. Let's rise up on the toes, bend the knees, look forward, step forward to the top of your mat. Take as many steps as you need to. We'll meet in a forward fold. And let's take an inhale for a halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Inhale, sweep your arms up overhead for extended mountain, maybe that little bit of a back bend. Exhale to your chair pose. Sink your hips down and back. Find that stability down through the feet again. And just noticing your weight again, where it lands in your body, where it lands down through the feet. Perhaps on your exhale, you send that weight more into the heels, sinking the hips down. Nice strong here in your chair pose. Deep inhale. Exhale, forward folds. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale to fold. We're going to plant the hands, step back to a tabletop position. And then just make our way up onto our knees. So an upright kneeling position here. If you have a blanket close by, if you're on like a hardwood floor, maybe something underneath the knees can be helpful here. And go ahead and tuck your toes under. So we're in this kneeling position. We're going to take an inhale, sweep our arms up overhead. Exhale, open arm twist to the right. Inhale, come back to center, arms reach up. Exhale, open arm twist to the left. Inhale, come back to center, reach up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, open arm twist to the right. Let's pause here. Start to reach your right hand back towards your right heel. And then sending your pelvis forward, we're going to sort of reach this left arm at more of a diagonal here. And so we're going to start to find a dancing camel flow. So as you stay here and just feel the nice opening through the front of the body, especially through the left side of the body. Take an inhale here. And exhale, just starting to bring your body forward here. Your fingertips sweep the mat, left hand to left ankle. Inhale, reach that right arm up, and more of it at a diagonal here. So left hand is reaching that left ankle. Pelvis is reaching forward, opening to the right side of the body. So again, it's an exhale to come forward, rounding the spine. Let the fingertips brush your mat. Inhale, right hand to the right ankle. That left arm is going to reach up for the sky. Find your breath. Exhale, coming forward. Left hand to left ankle. Inhale, right arm up. Notice where you're feeling sensation as you keep sending that pelvis forward, opening up to the front of the body. Exhale whenever you're ready to come forward. Find this dancing camel flow in your own body here. See how that feels. Go ahead and keep going with your own breath, your own pace. There's no rush here. A few more times. Next time you take an exhale, go ahead and plant both hands back towards your mat. We're going to come into a puppy pose, so untuck your toes, keep your knees under your hips. The arms are going to extend out front. And just think about letting the forehead come down towards your mat there. And so feel free to keep your hips as high as you would like. But again, seeing if you can just keep the knees under the hips. Arms can rest down, and just find a gentle puppy pose here. Doesn't have to be super active. Maybe even a cross between a child's pose and a puppy pose. Just finding what works best in your body. We're going to stay here for a few deep breaths. Take a moment to soften around the jaw, down into the chest and the belly, softening through the arms. On your next inhale, start to lift your head, lifting your arms, and just walking your hands back towards your body. Let's set up for a few cat and cows, so approximately wrists under shoulders, knees under hips. And let's take a few cat and cows here. So inhale, start to lower your belly, lift and broaden through the collarbones. Exhale, rounding your spine. Think about bringing your chin down towards your chest. So it's an inhale to come through to cow pose. Exhale, rounding your spine for your cat pose. And as you continue to move with your own breath and your own flow, notice even the pause at the top of your inhale. And then the brief pause at the bottom of the exhale. And just start to notice that. Noticing any sensations there. A few more cat and cows, just like that. All right, on your next inhale, come back to neutral tabletop. Let's make our way onto our seat. So both legs are going to extend out long down the mat. We're going to find a nice seat here. And now take a moment to draw your right knee in towards your chest. Cross that right ankle over the left leg. Now this is where you might stay here. You can wrap your left arm around that right knee, or you can bend your left knee, bring your left heel back to your right glute. So I'm going to kind of face you here. So totally up to you. So again, that left leg can straighten out or bring that left heel back towards your right glute. Right fingertips behind you to act as a little kickstand. Take an inhale, extend up through the spine, and an exhale, twisting over towards the right. And so take a few breaths here in your twist. Sitting up nice and tall. Think about letting the crown of the head reach up towards the sky. And then your next exhale, slowly unwinding from this, come back to center. Maybe you want to stretch out your legs here and have the legs have a little shake there. Anything that you need to kind of just get any extra tension out. All right, let's come back to that seated position here. So both legs long down the mat, spine nice and tall, flex those toes back towards your nose. Bring that left knee in towards the chest, cross the left ankle over that right leg. And again, maybe this is where you stay. You can wrap your right arm around that left knee, or you can hug that right heel back towards your left glute. Let me turn back to face you here. And so again, just wrapping that left knee in towards the chest. Left fingertips are going to go behind you. Inhale, sit up nice and tall. And exhale, maybe you look over that left shoulder. Just find a gentle spinal twist. Take a few deep breaths here. Notice if you might be collapsing down, rounding the spine. Keep the spine nice and tall. A few more breaths. Your next exhale, slowly unwind from this, come back to center. Let's make our way to just an easy seat position. Your choice, crossing the legs or having the legs loose out in front of you. Just find a gentle, easy seated position. When you arrive, take a moment to close down your eyes. Your hands can rest in your lap if that's comfortable. And just take a few breaths here. Maybe even take an open mouth exhale. Sigh any stagnation out. And just noticing how your body feels after that little bit of movement. Just taking inventory of how your breath feels in your body after some movement. The quality of your breath, the state of your mind. Feeling that ebb and flow of energy circulating throughout your body. Giving gratitude towards your body and thanking your body for allowing you to arrive here on your mat today. As we close out this practice, feel free to bring hands to heart center. Thank you for practicing with me today. I hope this practice was what you needed. And until next time, namaste.